Let me go ahead and get some of this stuff off of here. Make some room. So we can make some room here. And yeah. So yeah, I mean, like I said, also you can also look at it as, like I said, I mean that's just how the fourth function is. That's just how it is. You know, when you are not awakened, and these are things that I've learned and I've had to come to grips with myself over my own journey because I didn't know them. There are a lot of things I went my whole life not knowing that if I knew them, you know, but there's a reason for everything. I would not be the man I am now if a lot of the trials and tribulations I went through in life did not exist and my life was coasting or easy or a lot easier, like if I won the lottery or something at 21, something like that. You know, I think if something like that would have happened, I would have been in a lot worse shape, or the mistakes I made in life would have been a lot worse. So there are certain things that I am thankful for about my life, absolutely. Um, but yeah, I touched on that's how the fourth function is. I mean, of course, we all know our fourth function is our anxiety and our worry. Anxiety, anxiety, and worry. As with every human being's fourth function, this is ours. This is our worry. Okay. How does that work? Our worry shows up as, I'll say for example, with me, there was a once upon a time there's this video going around on YouTube about a cat that attacked this guy. I think it was I forgot his name. Maybe I think his name was Mr. Fluffy, I think. And this guy was petting him. I think they were doing some kind of video for the, I guess, YMCA or something. I don't know. But they were doing the video, and then all of a sudden, well, the whole time the cat was trying to get away because it was on a leash, and the guy was trying to keep it under control, and the cat was not having it. So all of a sudden, the cat started getting kind of, aggressive, and it wrapped itself around the guy's leg and started biting him and scratching him, and he's like screaming, screaming, screaming. So then he lets the cat go and lets the leash go, and the cat runs away. So now, why did I bring that up? I'm saying that as an example of our SE. And I'm also giving you a preview into how the SI, FI, fourth mode of processing in the INFJ works. I'm giving you a preview of that right now. So this is supposed to be a loop right here. So how it goes is, well, no, that's actually our third. I'm sorry. So, ain't that the third? No, I think it's the third. No, it's not. It's the last one. Forgive me, it's the last one. So, um, oh, last mode of processing. It's the last one of processing. I think I'm gonna just write process. Oh, ESS. Well, maybe I'm just gonna write it now. Okay, last mode of processing. So, as you can see, this is the past. This is our feelings, introverted feeling. So how our I don't know if you guys know. INTJs, let me know if it's kind of similar for you guys. Well, maybe not. It might not be, because your FI isn't there. So, but what I will say is with us, just like the INFP, we have. Well, no, I'll do blue. This is the person or the INFJ, and yes, it's a stick person. So, what you got is this is a rain cloud, right? And this is how the FI and SI of the INFJ works. Our past memories come back to haunt us. So I got him looking kind of happy, but he's not. He shouldn't be. Maybe I could. Supposed to be a frown. Okay, so um, the rain cloud is over the INFJ, and if you check out my SI playlist, check out my FI. I said that FI. Check out my SI playlist. I think I have it public. I think I have it public. But yes. Whenever I listen to that playlist, I'm in heavy FISI mode. Loop. Because with us, the past is bad. Past is bad. With INFJs, it's about 75% of our regrets. Yes. Regrets and mistakes. That's how it works with us and our SI. That's how it works. So, um, that's how it works. So, whenever we kind of get into I don't know if I mean, these days, I don't know if I would call it depression, but it's heavy, heavy, kind of, it's kind of like going back in a time machine, kind of like on the dream sequences, you're passing through space and time, but you're seeing your past memories as you go along through the time warp or, what is it called? From Star Wars. Light speed or lightning speed or lightning travel or whatever it is. I should know that since I'm a fan of Star Wars, but don't crucify me. But yeah. But anyway, that's how our SI and FI works. So that was kind of a side piece of information for you guys. Um, so I guess I kind of touched on, and I want to say one more thing about SE. What you must understand about it is what it does is it challenges you, and you must understand that challenges you to overcome it. Yes, to overcome it. Yes, that is why it is like that, partially, to challenge the INFJ, to overcome it. Yes. And this goes for any human in their fourth function, by the way. Whatever a human's fourth function is, this is their worry and anxiety, and their fourth challenges them to overcome it. And then when you do that, when you do that, functions start to strengthen. They start to strengthen, like my SI, my TE, my Muse, my FI, and my NE. Like I said, these guys, they're not about that shadow life anymore. They're not about that shadow life. They've busted through, and they're like this. Well, this, well, we'll say that. We'll say that. Like I said, and you get what my point is, right? You get what my point is. And we're just gonna put FE right there. Okay. So, but I think I covered that. Like I said, I'm trying to stay on track. Trying to stay on track. You must overcome SE, or this goes for everybody's fourth function. It goes for everybody's. And like I said, when I was listening to her speak or talk, I got zero of this. Zero NI. I mean, it's like I was talking here, here. It's like, I mean, I was talking to a sensor. I got none of this. None of it. None of that. None of that. And it is, like I said, it's sad. It's really sad. And we go around, you know, making YouTube videos and giving this advice to other asleep INFJs, and it makes me even more upset because it's just the blind leading the blind, and I don't like that. So that's why I make my content, because I don't want my people blind, my brothers and sisters blind. So, um, but one thing I wanted to say: trust your NI. Like I said, it's like she didn't even have it. Like she does not even know what it is. I mean, I got zero NI from her. No abstractness, no vastness, no nothing. How do people go around with that title when you don't even know what NI is? Just no clue what NI is. Just none. So trust your NI. Please trust it. Learn to. Learn. How do you learn? Subscribe to my channel. That's how you learn. That's how you learn. So and I want to erase some of this because this is another thing. And I'm very glad I wrote down notes. I'm really glad I did. Thanks, SI. You helped out in this situation. So it's this concept of fear. right? And this concept of fear derives from where? Now, now this is the another thing that INFJs must learn. Another thing you must learn. Okay, you are an NI dominant. You're an NI dom. NI dom. NI dom. That is what you are. You are not an SI dom. You're not an SI dom. You're not. So I said that because 99 times out of 100, you are going by the law of the external, their view of what fear is. See how that works? Yeah. Do we know what SI is? Five senses. Yep. So this is how this works. This is how this works. A sensor can only give you advice based off of based off of this. Based off of this right here. Based off of that right there. That's it. A sensor cannot help you any other way. They can't. They can't. Because they cannot quantify this. How can a sensor give you advice? A sensor cannot quantify this function. TI cannot quantify that function. FE is probably the closest thing they can, but it can't. Yeah, TE can't. FI by itself can't. And you get my drift. You get my drift. The only one that belongs in there side by side is that one. Yeah. Can't quantify, can't. And I'm probably missing other ones. But that's six. Which one am I missing? Which ones am I missing? Oh yeah, these. Yeah. Just can't quantify it. Can't quantify it. Just can't. Matter of fact, like I said in another video, and I is the air that all of these functions breathe. Yes, I've said it. I have said it. And I is the sum of all of these put together. That is what NI is. You won't hear that anywhere else. But that's what NI is. That is what NI is. Okay. So, okay, let's see. What I want to touch on though is, like I said, I think I kind of am. But like I said, fear according to who? Fear only according to SI and SE only. So, and they can only tell you and view because they're locked into this. They cannot quantify anything outside of it. They can't quantify Anything outside of their five senses can't. That's just the truth of the matter. They can't. So that's your first lesson you need to learn is there is no NIDOM on the planet that should be taking advice from any uh, no, 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 no. NI should only be taking advice from NIDOMs. Well, I already have it written up here. Only other NIDOMs. And if you're smart, these kind. 7D ones. Spiritually awakened ones. Okay? That's if. Now, if you are running with this and see this is up here next to this guy, you will seek my channel out. You will know already if you are truly one of these, meaning you are automatically one of these. Okay? You will seek because the destiny of our people will lead. That's why. And it's because of this. This will do it on its own. This will do it on its own. Okay? So, and I've touched on, it's sad to see an INFJ not even being able to quantify what NI is. I mean, what it truly is. What it truly is. There's very few people. 0.001% of people truly know what this is. I mean, of INFJs. Yeah, and I'm saying it. I'm saying it. The true nature. The true nature of what that is. So, let me see. I said again, that was one of her biggest mistakes. And then, no idea who you are truly supposed to be. Where was your FI? Like I said, that's another thing. No FI at all. So there's no conviction. There's no truth of conviction behind anything she was saying. It was all any fear based to me. That's what it sounded like. She also mentioned she also mentioned people saying how stupid I was or how weird I was. Like I said, this and this, I told you. I can tell you right now. Hears it all the time because of this. That fourth mode doesn't play. When you get into a loop, when you are in this mode, if you are not FI enough, if you're not FI enough, guess what this can manifest into? I'll tell you. Yeah, you'll hear phrases like this. I'm going to write it in red. This. This is a D, by the way. Like I said, No other INFJs bring this up. Depression manifests from this. If you sit in that loop and you let it consume you, it will happen. It will happen. If you are not FI enough, and when I say FI enough, I mean this FI enough. I mean this kind. If you know me, those are wings. And if I'm riding these wings, you know what time it is. If you're not FI enough, this loop, yeah, it'll get you. It'll get you. But if you open up to your NI and your TI and your FI joining together, forming the trio of all trios, and you introspect truly, and you mix all these guys at the round table and discuss everything, you awaken and you realize certain things about yourself. The deeper you go into yourself, you must go deep, INFJ, and then go deeper. Go deeper, then deeper. You get the drift. That is why we were given the functions we were given. Go deeper and deeper and deeper. Okay. And you have to forgive me. I just have a big issue with INFJs spreading information that messes up the development of our INFJs that need our growth, need our help to see the light, to strengthen their NI, to realize it, to self-actualize it. So I'm going to speak about one more thing, and then I'm going to close this video because my time's running out, because I'm at the end anyway. The only way to combat this, from an external perspective, the only way to really combat it is to get stronger, lift weights, jog, take up a martial art, boxing, kickboxing, strengthen. That helps, you know. But like I said, I wanted to give you an example about this cat. Like I said, Mr. Fluffy earlier. So, like I'm jogging one day, I'm jogging one day, and I see a cat just chilling across the street, just planted. And I'm looking at this cat, and I'm like, man, am I gonna have an episode like Mr. Fluffy? Is that cat gonna jet over here and try to attack my legs? Yeah, and I was kind of double checking to see. Like I said, SE, you have to understand it's not necessarily, and this is kind of the moral of the story, it's not necessarily a fear thing. It's not fear. It's more of a distrust of SE overall as us having it forth. That's really all it is. It's not necessarily you being, fearful or afraid in general. It's just an anxiety about SE, period. That's it. And the more you understand that, or the sooner you understand that, the more you'll kind of mature in SE and it'll grow a little bit. You'll start to understand it. So that's all I got for you guys today. Please take a look at the video. And if it helped you, drop a like. Take it easy.